welcome back to the channel. So today I've got the 2024 M3 competition. It's a first for us, so it's been quite some time before we've had basically a store inventory M3. Basically all of the M3s that you've seen on the channel have been ordered. For quite some time we had the wait list for a very long period of time, maybe a year and a half or so, just filling up customer cars for the M3s. Allocations have been a lot more generous in the past few rounds. Last 3 rounds, though, the most recent one for January production was we only got 1 M3, but previously we had about 5 each month, previous 2 months production allocations. So quite generous, and we do have some individual M3s coming in once again. Be patient on that one. So again, I do apologize for the quality of this video. I have to do handheld because basically lost a part of the gimbal I usually use somewhere in Texas on my road back from the Performance Center in South Carolina. Now again, as a reminder, the M3, M4, and M2, actually I guess not really the M2, but the M3, M4, have been sort of ordered to keep the options on the low side, although I do get to do individual colors. But basically, a few things that I would have added are missing from this one. However, we do have the laser lights, which are obviously the way to go on the M3 and M4. We do have, looks like it appears to be the shadowline lights and the parking assistance pack. You see the camera right there. Let's move over to the side. So departure for me, I usually prefer the 825Ms, but I think the 826Ms work really well against Sao Paulo Yellow. These are the bicolor 826Ms. You can see the black M compound brake calipers and a tire lottery win with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. You see we also have the floating hubcaps as well. Again, a really good option to have. And of course the side profile of the M3 competition, the G80 chassis, looks really good in Sao Paulo Yellow, which is of course a unicolor or non-metallic paint. And just to remind you, no M clips on the rear calipers. I'm taking that 3/4 view of this very lovely M3 comp. So out back we have our M3 competition badging in gloss black, our faux diffuser also in gloss black, and our 100mm exhaust tips. Then gurney flap here in gloss black. And of course the carbon fiber roof. Take a step back here, the 3/4 view, move to the side. Of course Sao Paulo Yellow is of course to taste, as is with every other color. But I think it's a really aggressive looking color that works well on the M3, M4, and also the X4M. I haven't been brave enough to try it on an X3M, but I think it might work there. I've seen a few examples of that in person. All right, so let's make our way inside, go over pricing and options on this one. And it's really limited. All right, so opening up, we have the preferred color, the Yas Marina Blue with the yellow, Sao Paulo Yellow accents. Our standard seats with the M3 badging lighting up. So I think a really comfortable seat, and love the contrast stitching and the details here, the yellow stitching. Again, I would prefer the bucket seats, but Sao Paulo Yellow looks really well. The Yas Marina Blue works really well against the Sao Paulo Yellow. I'd say Fjord Blue also is a good option. Of course, you can go ivory or silverstone, or be really safe and go with black. And M3 badging there. Now again, with the extended merino leather, door cards are in black rather than the Yas Marina Blue. A change that happened, was it 2023, I think? All right, so on the inside, we got our standard M steering wheel, red M1, M2 buttons, and our M stitching on the steering wheel, heated steering wheel, of course. In front of me, I drive 8, the M version. This is an M mode Sport. Then the heads-up display, which means we do have the executive package. And the rest of the curved display here in the M version of iDrive 8. Again, 8.5 probably won't show up until model year 25 for the LCI, for the M4. Then we got our climate controls down here. So the only thing that's going to change with iDrive 8.5 M version is the climate menu will change to a much more intuitive look that you get in iDrive 8.5. But the M version is going to look exactly the same right here. Then trim is the aluminum rhombusol anthracite trim. Got our M badging, the M embossed logo there, with stitching, of course. All right, so let's take a look at the pricing. So starting price, the M3 competition is $80,200. Sao Paulo Yellow and the leather are included. Parking assistance package for another $700. The exec package for $1,700. Shadowline lights for another $300. Another $300 for the front ventilated seats. $1,000 for the lasers. And $160 for those floating hubcaps. All told, MSRP of $85,405. All right, we'll go ahead and take a look at the back seat. All right, move into the back seat. A very lovely Yasmarina blue. I just wish we get Yasmarina blue exterior to go with this interior for a very monochromatic look, except for, of course, the yellow highlights here. M stitching on the seat belts. All right, here's the view from the cockpit. Of course, you have a climate control zone here for your rear passengers. Knee room and leg room, I think, is pretty decent, given that you got the pretty wide and thick seats. Headroom pretty decent on the M3. Otherwise, you know, pretty comfortable back seat. Again, the carbon bucket seats I think would be the preferred option. Again, that's for me. Your opinion may vary. Of course, you can also get the carbon fiber seat backs on this, although not available as a port installed option. But something to look forward to and see if we can get my hands on some of those things eventually. But I've seen a few pictures of them. It looks pretty decent. All right, so move into the back. Again, no kick to open. But trunk capacity is pretty decent. Of course, you can fold down those rear seats for even more cargo capacity. The exec package, you also get the powered tailgate, just no kick to open. There's that 3/4 view. Let's make our way to the front and pop the hood and see what lies beneath, which of course you should be familiar with by now. So underneath the hood is the S58 inline-six 3-liter twin-turbo engine, 503 horsepower, 479 torques in the competition and competition xDrive guys. But super engine, super powerful, and of course probably makes more than 503 horsepower, given BMW's habit of understating horsepower and torque. That's it for a quick walk around of another M3. We'll see you at the next video.